We'll need 4 squares, each of them 3 inches. 2 should be the background color like white, and 2 can be in the color of your choice. Now to turn these squares into 2 color squares, we need to draw the diagonal line across each square, and then we'll draw 2 lines on either side of the diagonal, each a quarter inch away for the stitching lines. After sewing along those lines, we'll cut along the diagonals to create our 2 color squares. Now we'll need 2 squares measuring 3.5 inches in the background color, which in this case is white. We'll cut these squares along the diagonal so that each square turns into 2 triangles. So to do the swing, just make sure that the 2 color square and the triangle are aligned exactly the way I'm showing. And just keep in mind that after you sew, you'll have a little bit of the triangle corner hanging off as an extra piece. We need 4 2 3/8 inches squares, 2 in the background color, which here is white, and 2 in your chosen color. Then we cut the squares along the diagonal. Place the triangles together just as I'm showing you, aligning their shorter edges so that we can sew them. Make sure that the background fabric is on the right side and at the bottom. We'll once again need 2-3 inches squares in the background color, and then we'll cut them along the diagonal. I'll sew those resulting triangles to the two color triangles exactly as I'll show you. Now we'll need two squares in a different color. I'm using blue here, each measuring 2, 7 and 8 inches, and we'll cut those diagonally as well. Place those blue triangles right alongside the triangles you made in the previous step. Line up their edges so you can sew them together neatly. Just make sure you're arranging them exactly the same way as shown in the video. To turn the triangles that you have created from the previous step into a square, we'll use the squares of 5, 1 and 8 inches and cut them diagonally. Pay attention to how the triangles are placed next to each other to form the square in the video, and make sure the bottom edges of the triangles are aligned. Now sew the squares from the previous step to the first pieces that we made in this video. I choose a 2, 5 and 8 inches squares from the background fabric or any other color you prefer and sew it like this to one of the block pieces. I'll sew it, stopping half an inch before the end. Working clockwise and add each of the units. For the last unit, fold back and pin the flap that was partially sewn to the small center block out of the way, then sew the last unit in place. Next, you need to fold the block along the resulting partial seam and stitch that seam closed. To complete the block, I need two 6 inches square and cut them diagonally. In order to center them easily, I pressed a small crease in the large triangle to make the center and draw a mark on the block at its center point. Then I pinned the triangle in place and stitched them on.